Well, hello there, and welcome to your monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer, and I am a little hesitant about March, but it's coming whether I want it to or not, right? But let me tell you, March 2025 is coming in with a roar. I mean, a roar. Okay, so the first day of March, March 1st, we are kicking it off in like real time with Venus going retrograde in Aries. Venus is going to be retrograde until April 12th, and it is going to retrograde, excuse me, it is going to retrograde back into Pisces later on in March. On March 3rd, we have Mercury moving into Aries. Now, this is a good thing because Mercury is not overly fond of being in Pisces. It rules, Virgo and Gemini. So being in Sagittarius and being in Pisces is not comfortable because it's opposing the signs that it rules. So Pisces is not the most comfortable place for Mercury. So it is good that Mercury's moving into Aries. But there's more on Mercury this month. Of course, on March 4th and March 5th, we have Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, and then Ash Wednesday. So I just wanted to throw that in just for fun. And another just for fun, on the 9th of March, we have Daylight Savings Time. So I know not everyone does that. Like in the U.S., I'm finding that out. But it's happening in some places in the U.S., Daylight Savings Time. So don't forget to set your clocks ahead. On the 14th, okay, here's a big one. On the 14th of March, we have a full moon in Virgo that is hitting its peak at 2:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is also the lunar eclipse. So we have Virgo and Pisces moving into the ecliptic, and Aries and Libra moving out. All right, because North Node went into Pisces in January, so that puts South Node in Virgo. This is our first one in Virgo and Pisces. So the full moon in Virgo with the lunar eclipse on the 14th is like putting us in that different ecliptic, that different feel. On the 15th, just after that powerful full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, Mercury goes retrograde in Aries, and Mercury will be retrograde until April 7th. On a side note, this is the Ides of March. So it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of superstition around March 15th, around March 15th, because that's supposed to be the day that Julius Caesar was assassinated. And there's a lot of other superstitions around the Ides of March, but I just thought I would let you know, Mercury is going retrograde in Aries on that day. I know. It's insane. On the 17th, of course, we have St. Patrick's Day. And on the 20th, we have the sun moving into Pisces. The sun moving into Aries. What is wrong with me? There is a total party going on in Pisces. So if you have a lot of stuff happening in Pisces in your chart, you need to be aware of this. If you have sun, moon, or rising, or just a lot of planets in Pisces in your chart, you need to be aware of this because there is a total party in Pisces, like right now. And all the way through March, to be honest with you. Okay, so back to this. On the 20th, the sun moves into Aries, not Pisces, and it's also the spring equinox. Wow, love that. Love it. It is also International Astrology Day. Go hug your astrologer. Go buy your astrologer a cup of coffee. I'm just kidding. I just think it's a lot of fun. Okay, so on the 27th, I told you there was more going on with Venus. On the 27th, Venus retrogrades back into Pisces, and on the 29th, Mercury retrogrades back into Pisces. So again, as I said, there's a party going on in Pisces. And also on the 29th, we have a new moon in Aries that hits its peak at 6:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's also the solar eclipse. So we're moving off of the ecliptic of Aries and Libra, and we're moving into the Pisces Virgo ecliptic. So you can see that with the lunar eclipse that we have in Virgo, in the full moon in Virgo, and you'll see it in the fall when we go through the eclipses then as well. On the 30th, here's a kicker. Neptune, who rules Pisces, is moving into Aries. Now, Neptune moves very slowly, if I'm not mistaken, 14 years. Yes. Yeah, Neptune moves every 14 years. Just wanted to double check my notes. So Neptune has been in Pisces, which it rules, for the last 14 years. It's moving into Aries for a short period of time, and then he's going to retrograde back into Pisces for a little bit before moving into Aries again for the next 14 years. So that's a big deal. And we're going to talk more about that. I have like a whole video planned on that. So just letting you know. Okay, so we're ending March with 5 planets with North Node in water, 2 in air, 2 in earth with South Node, and 2 in fire. Yeah, party in Pisces. That's all I'm saying. So we have the Sun and Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Taurus, Jupiter is in Gemini, Mars is in Cancer, and thank goodness, like, Mars is going direct on the 23rd of February. Oh my gosh. So happy about that. Then we have South Node in Virgo, Aquarius is hosting Pluto, and Pisces has North Node, Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. Yeah, it's a good time. All right, so I want to tell you what the crystal of the month is. I'm so excited about this. It's so pretty, and I have to move all my notes and stuff. So before I do that, I do want to tell you I will be pulling from the usual cards this month. The Goddess Guidance, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck and Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin, Boland. I just love these cards, even with my coffee spilled on it right there. Yeah, I love these cards. So I will be pulling from those cards for the advice cards for March. And I think I can get this. Let's see. Okay, yeah. How about that? Okay, here we go. So, the crystal of the month is petrified wood. And I don't have that many pieces of petrified wood because it seems to sell really quickly. I don't know what it is, but in my booth, this stuff sells like hotcakes. It's amazing. So I picked up these pieces all at this wonderful Natural Treasures Incorporated. They're out of Pittsburgh. I picked them up from, I picked these up from them. These are so beautiful. They are so these are wonderful because they've definitely been polished. And I love that you can see like the different colors and the different textures in these. Here's 2 small pieces. And you can really see like there's a lot of different colors. Most of them are like sort of this reddish brown color, but there are light browns, there's blacks, there's like, this one has both light brown and red in it. There's even like little streaks of white here and there. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I jumped the gun and put my notes down because I wanted to read this. The petrified wood is an energetic cleanse. It promotes balance and calmness. It grounds energy. It dissolves emotional fears, and it encourages inner peace. I think this is so important, like really during this time when we have Mercury and Venus, like both retrograde in Aries, both going back into Pisces. There's a lot of things like happening right now that I feel like we need some balance, and I feel like this is it's also a year of release. It's a year of the 9. I may have mentioned this once or twice, but I think this is a pretty important thing to have this emotional cleanse. Also, it's coming right after that really powerful new moon in Pisces that I was talking about. And I don't know how much I mentioned of it in February. I mean, I may talk about it on my live show. I'm not sure. But here, let me switch this. But the thing is, this Pisces new moon is really, really important. It is like an emotional new beginning. It is a spiritual, like, fresh start, new beginning. And it is a powerful time for you to manifest. But you do have to clean out the clutter before you start bringing in new stuff. And I love this because this, if we haven't hit it by the time that you're watching this, the Pisces new moon is on the 27th. So it's it's really, really important. I mean, it's a great, powerful moon, and Pisces and Virgo are on the ecliptic now. So again, it puts Pisces more front and center, more as like the main character, you know, and Virgo, you know, as the main character. But I mean, come on, I'm a Virgo. Who isn't the main character if you're a Virgo, right? I mean, yeah. So anyway, all this lovely petrified wood, I think that this is so beautiful. I think it's a great emotional cleanser. And it also, the book that I pulled, the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading Cards, you know, I usually read from those. It also connects us with our ancestors. It connects us with our roots. And I think that's so great because, again, it helps ground us. This is a strong strong grounding stone and centering crystal. It assists in connecting you with the tree spirits to receive deep wisdom and healing from your ancestors. It awakens the deep knowledge that lies within the blood and bones of your ancestry. It assists in realizing any old ancestral karma brought down through the bloodline. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So let me know what you guys think about it. Again, this card is such a perfect illustration of how different each piece of petrified wood, I feel like, is just very, very unique. Yes. And speaking of unique, let's see what your individual numerology is for this fantastic and very motivating month of March. Hello, Life Path 2. March. Well, okay. Some good news and some bad news, okay? So first of all, let's just do the bad first. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way and have a little fun. Yeah. So Venus is going retrograde, and you're a number that is all about partnerships. You're all about partnerships in so many different ways, whether they're romantic partnerships, friendships, business. I mean, it's just partnerships in general, right? It's all about couples and balance and community. You're all about working together. And I think that's fantastic. I really do. And I'm not saying you're not going to be doing that in March. But with Venus being retrograde, it's not the best time for you to start new partnerships, new relationships that you think are going to last a long time. Maybe you could start some new superficial relationships, you know. I think this is a wonderful time for you to sit back and reevaluate and take stock of current partnerships, relationships, whether they're friendships, business, family, romantic, whatever. it might be time for you to take stock and just like work out any of the kinks that are there. You know what I'm saying? Because March for you, Life Path 2, is a 5 month. And the 5 vibration is about change. Wow, change. Change during a time that we have Venus and Mars, Venus and Mercury retrograde. So this is so much fun, isn't it? And it actually can be a lot of fun because the 5 vibration is all about energy. It's about change. It's about fun. It's energy. It's a time to be really social. It's engaging. It's gregarious. It's dynamic. It's the person that you really want at your party, you know? This is a wonderful time for you to really be versatile and adaptable because that's what the vibration of the 5 is. To really get in with the vibration of the 5, you need to be versatile. You need to be adaptable because there's a lot of pivotal changes that come usually in the time of a 5. Now, I do love like people that have a Life Path 5. I love Life Path 5s. They are lots of fun. There are definitely things that I do not think are the best fit for a 5 vibration. And at like a business is one of them. Like why you don't, unless your business means doing something that is constant change, that's not really what you want for your business. That's not really what you want for the anchor, for the like that foundation for your business. But if you're not starting a new business during Venus retrograde in a 5-month, that's a different story, right? Maybe we're just looking at some new stuff because that's kind of what you're all about, is those partnerships, that unity with each other, with the community, with family, with other groups. And I think that this is going to be a really important thing. So I brought up business because Venus does also rule our money. It rules our income stream. It's the material stuff as well as the emotional stuff, the attachment, the romantic. I know Venus does a lot. I mean, really. So she's a busy girl. She's real busy. So what we have here is a really fun time for you. It is passionate. It is energetic. And I mean, just the mantra of the 5 alone is I am energy and creative action, rejuvenating, dynamic, inspiring, and passionate. Well, that's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. This is an excellent time to show everybody that you have like layers of skills. Yeah, that you can like ride the wave and that you are adaptable and that you have more skills than they know about. And come on too, you know you have more skills than people know about. So I want to remind you of your mantra, which is with an open heart, I joyously receive and offer infinite love. This is a great time to continue offering that infinite love, but I would just be wary about starting something new during this time. I myself have started partnerships during a Venus retrograde, and I lived to regret it in a big way. Yeah. So this is really something that you want to think about and examine, and maybe it's just a good time for you, again, for you to reevaluate your current stuff, your current businesses, your current partnerships, whether they're friendships, romantic partners, family, again, business partnerships. This may be a good time for you just to reevaluate those and, step back from the new ones coming in. With Mercury going retrograde as well, it's also going to tie up our communication. So maybe it is time for you just to focus on the stuff that you already have going on, the stuff that you already have happening at home. The lesson of the 5 is to harness your energy like any successful athlete. to give you the freedom to go beyond your imagined limitations. So you really are going to want to pace yourself in March. You're really going to want to pace yourself and say, okay, I got it. I can do this, and I can like make it to the end of March. Because you don't want to use up all your energy in the first couple of weeks, because then you're going to be without energy when Mercury goes retrograde on the 15th. Yeah, that's so much fun. The shadow side of the 5 energy is unable to move beyond imagined limitations. And it is limitations that we are creating for ourselves. Unable to harness energy and really, again, set a solid pace, but also set the pace that you're not going to run out of energy before we get to the end of the month or before you get to the end of a project. I don't know what my cat's doing, but she's been a little crazy today. There's also nervous or restless energy, and that comes from trying to harness it in and trying to pace yourself. So it's not a bad month. It's not. I do love the vibration of the 5. I love the energy of the 5, and I love hanging out with 5 people. But the thing is, like, this is starting some new stuff or making a lot of changes during Venus and Mercury retrograde. And I think that it's more about reevaluating and making changes within stuff that you've already started. I think it's going to be, I think this could be a really great and solid month for you. Yeah. I mean, because like your lesson is how do we cooperate, love, connect, and open our hearts without losing ourselves. Indeed. And that's a question that is definitely difficult to answer in a Venus retrograde period of time. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what kind of advice cards I get for you, Life Path 2. Ooh, Hathor, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and the ability to give to others. Well, that is perfect, isn't it? Is this camera just not going to like focus here? Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and the ability to give to others. Can't give from an empty cup. Remember that. And that's how you don't lose yourself in when you're working in when you're working as a part of a unit or a part of a couple or a part of a group. You don't need to sacrifice yourself for that group. There's absolutely no reason to set yourself on fire so everybody else stays warm. Oh. Come on. Ooh. Take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. All right. See if this is in the back or the front of the book. Hello. It must be in the front. Okay, found it. Finally, right? Mercury, really, what are you doing? Eating. Okay, disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. The intensity of the full moon has abated, and now what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experience rather than blindly forging ahead. Okay, that is perfect for a Venus retrograde, a Venus retrograde period. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time for you to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. I am where I am, and it's okay. Well, that's perfect. It absolutely is. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 2. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, and momentous March. It's going to be very entertaining, especially for those of us that are double ruled by Mercury. I know. I really do feel like Venus is more of a heavy hitter going retrograde than Mercury, because, god dang, I mean, Mercury goes retrograde feels like every other month, so kind of used to that. But Venus only goes retrograde every couple of years, so yeah. But thank you again for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful March. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.